So this is how I go about making an essential oil blend. I'm making another one for myself because I've run out of my last blend, and also because seasons change and it did take a long time to run out of it. I think I probably had it going for about 6 months. So I thought, let's sniff all the oils and see how we go, because also since that point in time, I've experienced COVID and it has definitely affected my smell. That's the only thing it's affected. It's left me with kind of long term limitations on my smell. I don't have like funny smells up my nose like some people I know have. I just can't smell the same range, which is really interesting because it's actually a lot of the nasty smells I can't smell anymore. So I'm kind of thinking maybe there's a little bit of a blessing. So what I've done, or what I do, and I'm not going to show you me sniffing over 100 oils. I've already done that bit, is I've cut it down and in front of me, and this is what typically happens with a customer. I will sometimes have customers who literally, out of all of my oils, will just pick 8 that they like. I mean, I've had that happen a few times where you think, oh, most people land up with, say, 20 or something and have to narrow it down to the maximum 8. And then I have had some people who are just like, do you know what? I just want 3 or 4 smells in my blend. Or with young children, or any kind of children, young people, it can sometimes be just 1 or 2 because their noses are so sensitive, and also they're young. They don't need the complexity of the healing that essential oils offer. So today, the smells that are appealing to me are Lang Lang. And I really like Lang Lang more than I used to, because I'm a child of the 90s and Lang Lang was like literally pumping out of Anne Summers shops everywhere. And those, funny little shops that I used to love, like with weird, quirky gifts in, like willy warmers and things like that. And there was always a kind of sexual element, like sexual gift set, and it always smelled of Lang Lang. So I always had a funny relationship with Lang Lang, but I like it, especially now I know it's really good for things like blood pressure and anxiety, etc. But do I want to smell of it? Because it's a very heavy floral smell that kind of, leaves a trail behind you. Wild orange. Now, since I've had COVID, I've had it going on for oranges. I'm not supposed to eat oranges. I particularly have it going on for the dissolvable vitamin C tablets with zinc. We can't get enough of them in our house, and I just find them fantastic, and I really recommend them, especially if you drunk too much, you've eaten the wrong thing, etc. To get the vitamin C dissolved in that way and into the body makes the body can make excellent use of it. It's like Barocca, but we just buy plain vitamin C with zinc because we don't want all the rest of the rubbish. Grapefruit is another smell. Now, grapefruit and orange smell really similar. It's really hard. It's literally, to me, at the moment, those smells smell identical, but they're completely different oils. So wild orange is a fabulous degreaser and uplifter, etc. Whereas grapefruit is a fabulous detoxant and is also an uplifter and is fabulous for veins and heart health, etc. So given the fact that I am blood type A and prone to kind of blocked arteries and everything, I'm going to go with grapefruit. I think I'm going to go with grapefruit. I've got lavender, Lady Love. If you've read my blog on her, you will know that I just cannot get enough of that scent. So when that happens, so this is what I ask people to do. I say, you've got to love that scent. So lavender, I have to have her in everything. I can't live without her. Frankincense. Yes, because frankincense for me is timeless. It's just, well, it boosts every oil it's with. So if you put it in a blend, then it's like magnification, a scent magnification. But it's got that ancient spiritual connection that I love. Oregano, I know. But there's something about it that I just can't get enough of. That's a really powerful antiviral, this one. And is a hot oil, so you don't want this directly on your skin, but that's fine because the blends I make come with carrier, so there's going to be no burning going on. But yeah, it's a peppery scent, and yeah, I'm happy to be wafting around with that. Petitgrain. Yes, I can never get enough of petitgrain. I grew up in Paraguay. comes from there. It's the um, leaves of the bitter orange tree. Oh, divine. Blue tansy. Oh, yeah, you see that love, that I love that more in an oregano, so I'm going to put oregano just to one side because the other three are just like, oh, I died and I lived again. And tansy sometimes can smell a little like bolognese, but it doesn't. It's just, it's such a floral scent. It's a heavy floral scent, so it's almost like pansies. It's just, ooh. Um, it's a blue oil as well, so you have to be careful because it can just dye everything. Right, Palo Santo. Spiritual. It just takes you on a bit of a journey. So yes, that's with the oregano. Now let's go to rose. Yeah, I mean, it's just j'adore la rose. So now I've got 5 definites. So I need to decide. I think I am going to have the grapefruit, so that makes it 6. So I've got a capacity for 2 more. I've said yes to the Palo Santo, I think, and I'll say yes to the oregano for now. So these are my blends, right? So what I then do is I take all the lids off, which is a bit naughty, but you have to do this because obviously all these guys are now escaping like criminals from a jail cell. Perhaps not the best analogy to use. With these beautiful oils. Putting the lids nearby because I want to put them back on. Now some of them won't escape so quickly, like oregano. That's a heavy oil, so it's not going to disappear, whereas grapefruit's just going to be like, poof, gone. In fact, most of these are quite heavier oils apart from the grapefruit. So then, get them in a cluster like this. Spell it. I never dropped one before, but I will now. I'm making a movie, obviously. Get them like this, and then you smell them all together. And you think, do I want to smell like that? And yes, I do. I don't know when my voice goes quiet, but sometimes that happens, doesn't it, when I'm channeling. What I'm going to do is just going to try and lift the oregano out of there because it is an unusual bedfellow for the rest of them. And that's what also you can do. If someone you're not sure of a scent, is just keep putting it in and then putting it out. No, do you know what? I'm going to leave it in. This is unusual, and I fancy, you know, unusual. So there we have it. And then I go off and make my scent. So if you want something like this done, they cost between £30 and £45, depending on the oils you choose. Rose is £5 a drop, that kind of thing. So I'm lucky I'm an aromatherapist and I can have as much rose as I want, but I do actually ration it on myself, to be frank, otherwise I'd be skint. So the more expensive oil, so if you choose a completely kind of floral blend, then you're going to be paying like around £45. And that is if it's included in a bespoke consultation, because part of the bespoke consultation is I invite you to smell the oils, because that gives me so much information, more information than you've possibly been able to give me about your diet, your genes and your blood type, etc. That gives me further information about the smells that you like and what they mean, etc., and what they particularly are good at healing. So it's just another level of insight into you. If you're not having a bespoke consultation and you're just coming to me purely for aromatherapy, then I charge £75 an hour, so that would be £75 for my time and then your blend on top of that. I hope that's been useful.